Oh, and you can put your weed in there.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning Subway!
for August 5th, 2026. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there. You're not really gone if you don't say goodbye. It's Ashley. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
Not just running away from my problems.
We had a funny thing today, which we had our guests who were here for a week, right?
Yeah.
Some of them left early, some of them left on Monday, but the bulk of them were leaving this morning. They did. And their time, we do this thing. We have like a group chat. Whenever a big group comes here, we make a group chat. It's like a chat for the group. Actually, it's a group chat.
Was that where everyone in the group can just chat?
They just chat with one another. Yeah, and no one else can see it. Just the people in that group. It's a great feature. You should check it out. You can use
Have a group chat.
AI to figure out how to enable that on your chat client. But wheels up is the term. Like, we are wheels up at this time. That's like a production term. Wheels up. Have you ever heard of that?
Honestly, it feels like a flight term, but yeah.
No. It definitely is from like taking off.
But yeah,
on a plane,
I hear that. I hear that all the time. Like on, in productions, it's like we're gonna be wheels up at this time, and it's like that's when we're leaving, with or without you.
Do you find you use like a lot of production lingo? Like, I just say copy all the time.
Sometimes it's like we're like, let's fly this in or let's strike that.
Yeah. Let's fly this in.
It's just, I'm just trying to make my life a little bit more cinematic.
It's just,
like, if I imagine my whole life as like a movie production, that's cool, right?
Yeah. Like when you have little kids.
Not lame, right? It's cool.
Kids are like destroying everything inside. You go, all right, let's reset to 1.
All right. Playroom's getting a little messy. Let's reset.
Strike, back to 1. The lingo of production is just a lot of people around. And so you just develop this like shorthand speech for everything. But copy is one. Obviously, copy is like radio or even military. I'm just saying, I understood what you said, and I'm going to do that, right? Or at least I understood what you said.
I understand.
Yeah, right.
Let's note that does not necessarily imply compliance.
True.
But it does imply an understanding of the request.
Right. And it's the same thing when you're working with a big group of people. I had a buddy who would do a thing like, because a typical crew is like, even for a small production, is between 20 and 40 people. Some of those big movie sets are like 80 to 100. But there's like, you get a little schedule, the call sheet at the beginning of the day and everything like that. And you'll have alternatives if like there's weather problems and stuff like that. And still people are always asking, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And he would go through this whole routine of like, every person walks up to him if he's the person in charge of the day. And they'd be like, what am I doing? It's like, you're doing X. Next person walks up. What am I doing? You're doing X. Person walks up again. Third person. What am I doing? Am I doing X or am I doing Y? Nobody's doing Y. We're doing X. Okay, great. And then there's like every person. He had this whole routine he would do of people asking in various ways, what are we doing? And even having 7 people here this week total, it was the same thing of just like, what are we doing every day? What are we doing? What's next? Whatever. But of course, these guys, I've known them for a very long time, decades, over 3 decades at this point. So we also have like that quality that you have in any relationship where you turn into like a collective, like we're like an old collective married couple. Like there's no plan that can go unscrutinized. It doesn't matter what it is. Even we got that grill and we were loading it into the back of the truck. Just lifting the grill into the truck, 14 different plans, There's only 5 people doing it. It's
and somehow.
Well, what if we did this? No, how about we try lifting it? No, what if somebody get in. Here's what we're going to do. So you get in, but someone goes, should I get in the front of the truck or should I get in from the back of the truck? It's like, we'll get in from the front because then you got to get out from the side and everything. It's like, let's just lift the fucking thing. How about that?
How about just 1, 2, 3, lift, and there it goes.
You think knowing people that long would create efficiency? No.
Opposite.
Oh, no. But it was funny this morning because in the group chat, they posted the group that was leaving this morning, the final group. There was 3 of them. They said they were leaving at 7:30. And so then you and I have some things today. We've got to do a little road trip today and some car maintenance ourselves. So we were going to not get the kids up, maybe unless they were already up. We were going to see these guys off, record the podcast, and then go on our way for our daily routine ourselves. And so I tried to push it a little bit. They were leaving at 7:30, so I thought I'll get up about 7:15 because I'm a guy and I can roll out of bed and be presentable within about 2.5 minutes.
Right, you pull on your trousers and a t-shirt and you're at least you're presentable enough to say goodbye to your friends, right? They're not expecting a lot of you at 7 in the morning.
Ashley, opening my eyes is like 90% of my get ready routine. That's it. There's a toothbrush in there somewhere, like in the next 5 to 10 seconds.
You roll out of bed past the toothbrush and then get your clothes on.
Opening my eyes gets me from like, here my preparation. Gets my progress bar out of the red into the green as soon as I open my eyes. Then there's a toothbrush, deodorant, and then there's yesterday's trousers, jeans, and a new t-shirt because I'm not an animal. And then switch underwear, of course. And that's enough to say goodbye to somebody, right? Say goodbye. So this was 7:30. So by 7:20, waking up at 7:15, I was already walking down the stairs to go see him. And I see through one of the windows, I see their car pulling out of the front driveway. We have you can come into our place either the front or the back. So I did see their car at 7:21 pulling out the front. And I thought to myself, oh, they're just moving the car from the front to the back.
To like load their stuff up or whatever.
Check bags, whatnot. They bought some whiskey bottles while they were here. And so they probably need to load it in the back. They just kept going. They were gone. They left early. They left 10 minutes early. And I looked in the group chat where the communication happens. And there was no information about that at all. And then as they're pulling out, one of the guys writes, or 7:20, like right after we're leaving at 7:30. And so I was like, did you guys leave? And they're like, oh yeah, we just took off because we were ready. It's such a guy thing. And you were like, oh man, I'm so disappointed for you. And I was like, it's totally fine.
I know.
Honestly, it's better this way. We were together for a week. We haven't seen each other in like a year or two, but it's like, who's going to say goodbye? We'll see you next time.
We'll see him in a year.
Yeah, just try not to die in the meantime. We'll be fine. And of course, because they'll probably listen to this, they did make Evie cry.
Yeah, you guys, you got to know that you made Evie cry. She woke up to say goodbye, and she couldn't.
So they're off to the great country of America, the great state of Texas. So they got 26 hours of traveling in front of them on the clock, probably, or something like that.
Gross. Well, they're leaving the UK at the right time. I just read that Apple is launching a new legal challenge against the UK's requests for private customer data. Like, I guess the UK had asked Apple to basically build a backdoor into iOS or whatever so they could access the data of users in the UK. Initially, they also wanted the data for users in the US, and Apple was like, go fuck yourself. And they were like, well, what about just the UK? Would that be okay?
Wow.
Like, let's reduce it from all of America as well to just our people. And Apple went, still no. The answer is still no. Apple actually has a pretty decent reputation for safeguarding user data from governments for the most part. I think they even have encrypted messaging in China, which I'm not sure how they got that one through.
Yeah,
but
sure they do.
Right.
Encrypted for you.
But they are challenging the UK government in this respect. We don't want to just hand over private and encrypted user data to you. That's not something we want to do. If you were Tim Apple, would you rather comply with this if it became a requirement in the UK? Because there's a lot of silly things becoming requirements in the UK, like the age verification. Or would you just not distribute Apple products in the UK?
60 million people, man. I don't know.
It's 60 million people, but what is it? What percentage of the overall market is that? 5%? Would you increase the confidence of the other 95% at the expense of the 5%? Or is that 5% enough of your bottom line that the shareholders are going to hold your feet to the fire?
Or where you could have some kind of special policy for them or something. I think a lot of these moves that tech giants make, now that Apple has overtaken NVIDIA as the most valuable company in the world again, I think a lot of the moves they make tend to be defensive as well that we can't see. Like, for instance, Facebook buying WhatsApp as WhatsApp became a big deal. Let me just metaphorically pose that to you. WhatsApp is probably the most common used chat client in the UK and Europe, smaller market, right? But would it be fair to say that Apple views WhatsApp as a competitor to iMessage?
Sure.
Their iMessage platform, which is important to keeping people on their iPhone, I think.
It is.
For me,
well,
yeah.
I mean, it maybe less for us now that we're not in the US and that we use WhatsApp more and more and more. But certainly it was a big deal, because most people in the US, if you're on iOS, you're using iMessage for your group chats and everything as well. And the second someone turns green, that's a problem, right?
We added a green guy to our group, by the way.
The blue bubbles were a really big deal. And I know that that's changed a lot as well now that I think iOS also supports, what is it, RCMP, RCMS, whatever it is, the text over data technology. So a lot of that's now changed where it can still use data for text instead of like I charging you like a per message. But point being, we used that a lot more in the US, and the blue dot or the blue bubble was very important.
It was really important. It would mess up group chats. Our group chat here is on WhatsApp, right? Even though we are all from the US originally, we don't have a group chat that's not on WhatsApp because we have two green people in our group. I know. How do we live like that?
How?
How do we do it?
How?
We added one recently. We're bridging gaps here. We're extending the hand to the Android crowd. But so the other thing about Apple when you started talking about this too is when you said that it's a good time to leave the UK for actions that Apple is taking. I thought you were going to talk about the new season of Ted Lasso.
Oh yeah, because that's out today.
Is that UK? I thought he was in America, Ted Lasso, when last we saw him.
Well, I mean, I guess we're going to have to watch the first episode to figure out exactly how they're making this bridge. This is kind of a spin-off series. I mean, it's not a spin-off series, but it is a spin-off series in that like they concluded that arc and now I think it's a girl team.
Yeah, I was looking at, I don't know how long the gap on this one was, but I was looking recently at the biggest gaps ever of a non-canceled television series.
Sounds like a porn search, man.
I know, exactly. It's in my history forever now. Make sure to clear it if something happens to me. The longest one that was Curb Your Enthusiasm went 6 years.
Wow.
I didn't know that. I like Curb Your Enthusiasm. I wouldn't call myself a fan. Now I think I understand why. I think I just watched it whenever I saw it. Because had I kept up with it and wanted to like anticipate the next episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm,
you'd have been mad all the time.
6 years might have put a dent in that enthusiasm, man.
You'd have been, would it have curbed your enthusiasm, Bernie?
It was in my head as soon as I said it. I was like, I dodged that one. But and then Stranger Things and then something else had a big gap as well. Stranger Things very famously had like a 4-year gap.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more entries joining the list of long gaps now. Was Severance on your list?
No, I don't think it even made it. Like Severance, I think was 3 years on that one. And now it feels like it's going to be, if the Severance gap, also Apple production, it felt like it gapped for a long time because they were taken off guard by how popular season 1 was.
So they like didn't even have like the wheels spun up to work on a season 2 yet.
Maybe that's something entirely in my head. That was the rationale for it. There's no way they got caught off guard by season 2, and yet season 2 it feels like is going to have just as long a gap as it did between 1 and 2.
Well, they did say they were like, we're going to try and make this one smaller, but we'll see because
smaller than being in like a white room with no
just the gap.
Right, the smaller gap. I thought you were going to limit the production of Severance. It's mainly the writing in that one as well. But so Ted Lasso's back. I know the premise of it. It's not a spoiler to say the premise. Where it's now focusing on the Richmond women's team, which they kind of teased at the end of season 3.
Yeah, they kind of like did like a tiny little setup. But beyond that, I haven't paid too much attention to the marketing. Let me ask you this. Are you in for more Ted Lasso?
But while you're talking about the marketing, you told me it's out now.
Yeah.
Like earlier this week, it's coming out this week. I have been like,
in fact, today,
knee deep in all this marketing material about the behind the scenes of Ted Lasso, what the next season is going to be like. In all of this like ancillary press about Ted Lasso, at no point in that did I pick up when the show is coming out. I thought it was just going into production.
I see. And we got the exact opposite promotional material because all I got was the date and very little about what it was about beyond like, it was, because I get the short like video in-feed video ads, and it was like it's coming out the 5th of August, and there's like a girl kicking a ball, and then it shows
never saw that,
and then it shows some of my favorite characters, and I go, yay!
I got like Hannah Waddingham, breakout star of Ted Lasso. I got how much the cast like each other, the breakdown of Ted Lasso, why he's a hero that we need today, and why everyone responds to him.
But nothing about the date.
All the way down to like Jason Sudeikis' breakup with Olivia Wilde. I got all the extra shit around it, and I didn't even know the show was coming out. Weird how that works. Try this podcast. Fucking me. I'm getting all the drama, Ashley.
all the drama. It's because it's all the pop culture subs you're part of, Bernie.
But when you're talking about the UK and this private data thing that they're dealing with, makes me think of what's going on in Texas, which is now Texas, because of the laws they have within their state, it's one of the states where they have to ID and age verify, which is really just a way to collect private data. Once again, this time now it's Discord. Now Discord users in the state of Texas, now the time has come, you have to age verify to use Discord if you live in Texas.
Welcome to the nanny state of the UK, Texas.
Right, the freedom state, right?
Yeah, it is. It is weird because you'd expect that to be, Texas, the traditional conservative, like small government, don't tell me what to do state is very much telling people like what to do.
Right. And we know the whole story of the technology thing that's going on with age verification, which just forces you to put your ID online in order to chat with people about like Counter-Strike or whatever people do on Discord. But it's also other things as well, because now Texas in the last week has rolled out more stringent rules enforcement of marijuana and THC.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So they're going kind of the exact opposite direction, as well as what the Texas voters have been asking for the past several years. Like a few years ago, several different municipalities had on their ballots measures to decriminalize marijuana and like make it less of a crime to have marijuana. To the point where it's something, what gets bandied about is 70% of voters.
Keep seeing this number, 70% of people voted for marijuana, and I had to go look that up too.
Well, where it comes from is the different municipalities that had it on the ballot, where like Denton had it like 71%. They said, yes, let's decriminalize. Killeen passed with 69%. Elgin, Texas, not Elgin, Scotland, passed with 75% of the vote. San Marcos, 82% of the vote. Austin was also like 85%, right? So 85. Saying like, let's go ahead and decriminalize it. Right. So
San Marcos, by the way, and Austin, not at all surprising. And Texas is really super weird the way they do stuff. Like there's some areas that can vote on it and some areas that can't vote on it. But across the board, on average, and then the University of Houston also does a poll that comes in at 70%. It's something they study on an ongoing basis. And so this number 70% is used over and over again.
Right. And 70% is a pretty overwhelming majority. You'd think that would be like a mandate.
Right.
Almost. But they're doing the exact opposite, where they're actually making it more stringent to the point where you can, like, if you have like a pound of weed, which admittedly that's a lot of weed, that's like a life sentence now.
Life sentence, right. But I looked up the carry laws in California, because this is within the same country, right? It's weird to have something that is way more illegal in part of the same country than in a different part of that country. The rules for carrying in California, you have to be carrying less than an ounce, which I didn't even know there was limits. So on your person, carrying an ounce or less, which is 28.35 grams. In Texas, if you're carrying 28.35 grams, if you hop on a plane, like let's say, Ashley, you're a person who, say, just for instance, you have the #1 podcast in America, or you own the biggest EV company in America, and you move from California to Texas, and you happen to have 28.35 grams of weed in your pocket. That would be up to 20 years in prison.
That goes from being like A-okay to straight to jail,
and a fine of up to $10,000. I love that. Do you want to spend 28 years in prison, or 20 years in prison, or pay $10,000? Which one do you? It seems weird. Those seem out of whack with one another.
Well, how much would that suck though? You can't come up with $10,000. So instead, I'm going to take 20 years of your life.
Yeah, here you go. 20 years in prison, and that is a maximum sentence, of course. But it just shows how ridiculous it is. Perfectly legal here. You don't change countries. You get on a plane, you go somewhere else. Like they say, for instance, you're a person who is fleeing the really shitty version of Mexican food. You fly to the place where the good Mexican food is, yet you're carrying a legal amount of marijuana in your pocket and suddenly you're in jail for 20 years.
Man, I like Baja. I like Baja Mexican
You like
food.
Baja Mexican
I do.
food?
I
Really?
do like Baja Mexican
Yeah, it's so great. Who doesn't love a dry corn tortilla with some white fish and a slice of lime?
How dare you? You're saying you
Little
don't
lime
like
wedge.
fish tacos?
Tex-Mex is the superior Mexican food, and I don't think there's any argument about that. I consider myself an expert, actually, in Tex-Mex. And I think we should qualify this whole discussion because we are not experts in weed, right? And we were told that on a regular basis, that we are not experts in weed. We don't claim to be experts
Well,
in
it
weed.
has something to do with us knowing almost nothing about it.
I think I've smoked weed once in 20 years, probably. At least 15 years.
I think part of it too is like it's really difficult for someone to be like an expert in weed and sound really quite serious about this sort of thing. Like we come up with like we're dealing with like, you know, wine snobs or whiskey snobs or whatever all the time, right?
This whole week we spent the entire week with beer snobs and whiskey snobs. And they're very annoying. Like we would go try a beer. One of the guys literally said this week, it's like, I like this, but I don't think they had the right kind of water when they made the beer. Come on. You're going back through the whole process and you're criticizing the water.
The water?
Yeah, and like whiskey, they're like, oh, this is like this needed like another year in a sherry oak barrel, you know, or something like that.
Just to finish it, just to get the right mouthfeel. No. So what I'm saying is like experts in just about anything can be a little bit insufferable, but they're more interesting when you like know something about what they're talking about.
Right. If you know nothing about this subject, you could care less about the experts.
And it's really hard to sound like a proper, interesting expert in marijuana because the names of marijuana strains are so bonkers that it's like how like it's hard to pull the sommelier act, right? And be like yes, the full body of the monkey's butthole is you know, it's like it's nice, it's a round flavor. It's really, you know, it's soft on the lungs. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna list you some of the craziest names. This is the 20 craziest cannabis name strains ever created 2026 edition. Thank you, International High Life. All right, you ready for this list? Would you like to try our Alaskan Thunderfuck? What about, no. How about our cheetah piss? Cat piss? Obama runts. Purple monkey balls? Our meat breath is exquisite. How about the black? Or, oh, you know what? You might prefer our unicorn poop or our donkey butter. Peanut butter breath, maybe, or Poochie Love, Monkey Paw, Grandpa's Breath, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Alien. That was a fine year.
These sound like Xbox
Green
Live
Crack,
gamer tags.
A Zombie Death Fuck has got a really nice cut through there.
I love their last album.
Alien Ass Hat, AK-47. Permanent Marker. Would you like to try the Permanent Marker or the Chimera? They just sound so crazy. It's like hard to sound serious when you're talking about what kind of high they get you.
That could be Xbox Live gamer tags. That could be independent production company names, or that could be club band names. Either one. Any of those would fit. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like it would be weird to sit down and like have like at a whiskey distillery and be like, oh, this is the new Macallan's 2026 Satan's dildo. Like maybe you should learn from these other industries.
You sit down for a tasting and they're like, all right, we're going to be trying the Permanent Marker, the monkey farts, and this is the unicorn's butt.
My opinion of marijuana is this. I want it to be decriminalized. I want people to enjoy it. I feel the exact same way. I finally come to terms with this. I feel the exact same way about marijuana that I feel about dogs. I'm not a dog person. I'm fine with it. So with your marijuana, I hope it's legal and you can enjoy your marijuana. I'm happy you found something that makes you happy. Do you have it? You could do it. Buy it at your leisure. Just don't bring it to the bar. You know, that's the thing. I don't want to smell it at the bar, you know?
Right. Maybe keep it out on the patio at the restaurant.
You don't have to do it everywhere, right? Like the people who bring their dogs everywhere, it's just too much. It's just too much. That's how I feel about it.
It's just too much.
Also, I got to say this too. What's up with people who vape that don't think vaping is smoking and they just do it everywhere and anywhere? Like they blow vape smoke in a restaurant and it's just like...
It's just water vapor, dude. No.
Yeah.
No. And it's gotten to the point too where sometimes I'll smell something like strawberry and then I'll be like, oh man. Because it's like, it smells like, you can smell like incredibly sweet. And I'm like, shh. I just inhaled someone's secondhand vape.
I also, when you get like when someone blows out a vape of strawberry or cotton candy or whatever and you walk through it, I don't like the visualization of how people's breath from their lungs like hangs in the air and I have to walk through it. I don't like that visual representation.
Buddy, let me tell you about farts.
Exactly. Same kind of thing. When I walk
You
through
don't want to know where that air has been.
when I walk through a cloud of vape smoke, it's actually not the smoke. It's that I'm walking through a cloud of your exhaled breath. That's more of a concern to me. I
And it's
don't
like,
that.
and we're just not that close.
And it's the same for everybody. I just don't like knowing it. I don't like a visual demonstration of it. So I hope it's legal. And I think it's silly that you could travel within the same country and have something that's wildly illegal in one country or one state, one part of the country, and not in another. I can't think of like anything like that for the UK or any other country.
No, I mean, I know that state to state has like their own laws, and that's always been the case. But it is weird to think that something is completely A-okay in one place, but you cross a line, and now it's a life sentence.
Like if if I'm in Berlin and I buy a sausage, they're like, "Are you going to Dusseldorf? Because if you take this sausage in Dusseldorf, they will throw you in goddamn prison." You know?
Dusseldorf is famously anti-sausage.
They are. That particular sausage. Berlin sausage? Oh my God. Get that shit out of here. There are kids around, Ashley. I gotta think about
tolerate that sausage.
Yeah, so,
Someone think of the children.
So
Get them on Discord.
All of our weed enthusiasts, I look forward to your 8 paragraphs of how somehow getting a small fact wrong about marijuana like destroyed your habit.
You know what? Fuck that. I want to hear your favorite strain of marijuana and make it sound serious.
The most ridiculous one you've ever encountered before.
Sommelier me.
All right, Ashley. Well, who is joining us in a nice glass of Johnny Walker's new genital wart release?
I want to say a big shout out to Good Sports, Cody Nicholson and Caleb Zimmerman. Thank you both so much for sponsoring this episode of our show at patreon.com/morningsomewhere and roosterteeth.com.
All right, well, that does it for us today, August 5th, 2026. We will be back. Talk to you tomorrow. We hope you will be here as well.
Bye, everybody.